Did you know that only 1% of people succeed in life, while 99% live mediocre lives doing the same thing year after year after year? That's a staggering statistic on success, or more rightly, on the lack of success in people's lives. Will Smith says that the reason for his success is his work ethic. Oprah says one of the key reasons for her success is that she holds herself to a high standard of personal excellence. Tony Robbins talks about taking massive, consistent action towards your goals, while Lisa Nichols talks about an abundance mindset. But I believe that there's a common thread that weaves all success stories together. Though our mindset and actions are critical, the foundation for success is our conscious state of being. Who we are being day in, day out. What is the energy we bring to our life moment by moment? If you think about all of these successful people I've named, all of them bring a high level of energy to their lives, to their work, and to their days. And that's what differentiates the 1% of people who succeed and the 99% of people who live mediocre lives. We must discover who we are at a deep level and choose the most empowering self-identity, and then stick it in our brain through visualization, repetition, and unwavering belief. Otherwise, we're doomed to mediocrity rather than living meaningful lives that matter. I'm Diane 𝗵𝗵𝗲. Welcome to Power Chat, where each week I share some of the insights, shortcuts and strategies that I've developed over the past 30 years to help you manifest more health, wealth, happiness, success, love and joy in your life. Feel free to comment and ask questions as we go, and please click the share button so your friends can also benefit from this masterclass. So in this episode, I'm going to share with you 5 life-changing questions to ask yourself today to launch you into the top 1% of people who live successful lives. The Greek philosopher Socrates, I think, summed it up best. He said, the unexamined life is not worth living. And I think that's really true. We must roll up our sleeves and spend the time, and we must look at what life means to us and what success means to us, whatever that is, health, wealth, happiness, fulfillment, whatever it is. Everybody has a different definition for success, but the key is to find out what your definition is. What does success mean to you? For me, a successful life means an abundant life on all levels, not just in one spot. Imagine this. We don't want to end up at the pearly gates at the end of our lives, and we're sitting there and, God looks at us and basically says, did you tend faithfully to the dream I put in your heart? That would be awful, wouldn't it, to have to answer that. Did we faithfully tend to the dream that she put in our heart, or did we just let it wither and die? We must make dying without regret the only option. In that way, we can truly live lives that matter. So get ready to jot down these 5 life-changing questions for you to consider, examine, answer, and then begin living by. The first one I want to share with you is, who am I? Right, well, this is a fairly obvious one, but most people don't actually do anything about it. So who am I? In very simple terms, what is the story you're telling yourself? Who are you in your story? I call this your I am story. So are you playing the victim in your life and saying, I'm not good enough, I am not worthy, I am never picked for the good jobs, I am always criticized, I am a victim. Is that the story that you are living and telling yourself? Or do you have a different story? Is your I am story actually fashioned around, I am the hero in my life. I am triumphant. Whatever I turn my hand to works for me. Life is easy for me. I am joyous. I am happy. I am optimistic. I am able to fulfill my dreams and my goals. Is that your I am story? Because it's crucial to know what role you play in your own life story. Who am I? Are you just a piece of cosmic dust? You operate from the mindset of, oh, you live, you die, and life's a bitch in between. Because that's not going to get you up to the success ladder by any means. Or do you actually acknowledge that you are more than a random body with a soul, with consciousness? Do you identify yourself as consciousness with a body, meaning that you are far more than the presence you currently exhibit to the world? Are you inherently connected to the order and the harmony of the universe? All of this goes into your I am story. Are you just the product of your broken habits? Like Bill Murray in the 1993 movie Groundhog Day. If you haven't watched it, watch it. If you have watched it, watch it again. It's an excellent film because it demonstrates how Bill Murray as Phil went out every day doing the same thing over and over and over. He was a grumpy sort, and how his reality was always mirroring that to him until he got the aha moment and went, wait a minute, I can change this. So are you the product of your broken habits, or are you making new decisions in your story every day so that you can actually be a new you? Where does your energy come from? What is your power base? This is vitally important. What is the power that is greater than yourself, that fuels you up and keeps you going? Think about the people I mentioned: Will Smith, Tony Robbins, Oprah, Lisa Nichols. There are so many people you could think of, Brendan Burchard. All of these people have high levels of energy. They keep themselves, their state of being, energized. They are there. They are vibrating at their higher resonance all the time. Where does that energy come from for you? Where does that power base come from for you? So what is your story? Answer the question, who am I? And know that at any moment, you get to choose a new self-identity and an empowering story. You're not stuck with who you were. You need to look at, who am I? Who am I now? And who am I becoming at every moment? That's the first question to ask. And to actually, spend some time, nut it out, write it down, put down all the thoughts and ideas that come to you. Remember, the one thing about being human, which is absolutely liberating, is that we have free will choice at all times. Number 2 is, what do I stand for? Many times we have no idea what we stand for until we're challenged. And even then we're not sure what we stand for. What do I stand for? So this is all wrapped up into your values such as freedom, love, patience, compassion, success, health, passion, service, integrity, wealth, family, adventure, spontaneity, happiness, truth, responsibility, peace, and the list of values goes on. And it's important for each of us to look at what our values are. What do we value in our life? And this is part of the self-examination. This is part of what successful people do. They go through this process. So in order for you to find out what your top values are, I do the value hierarchy elimination test. So you write down all of the values that are important to you. Everything that you can think of that's important to you. And then let's say you end up with a list of 20. Then you start with a pen next to them and you go, what is the value I will give up firstly? If I had to give up one, what's the value I'll give up? And you put the number 20 next to that value. And then you look at your list again. Now you've got 19. And you go, what's the next one I'm willing to give up if I had to? And you go through this process. It's a process of elimination until you start to get to those top handful of values, and you start to really have to think and be really in touch with your intuition as to what are your top 5 values. And this may take a little while, this exercise, because you may go back and change them and change them and change them. But what happens is that eventually you'll end up with your top 5 values. And I believe that these values become the 5 pillars of impact in your life. The 5 pillars of impact in your life. These values are how you impact not just your family and your friends, but how you actually impact people that you meet and the world in general, because these 5 values resonate at various frequencies, hopefully very high frequencies, and you take them with you every day, every moment. You are resonating at these top 5 values, these 5 pillars of impact. The third question to ask yourself is, what is my personal mission? This is not your business mission. This is your personal mission. That's why we start with, who am I? We have to start with, who am I? Before we can understand and discover and fashion our personal mission. You could ask yourself, what is my intention in my life? How do I serve? How do I serve other people? How do I serve the greater good of everything, of everyone? How do I do that? Your personal mission is how you use your impact, which are your 5 pillars of impact, how you use those to help your friends, your family, your colleagues, and the world. I heard a young man the other day talking about what his personal mission was. And his personal mission was, I am the best husband, father, brother, and son I can be. That's his personal mission. So every moment of every day, he's acting out of his personal mission. That's his guiding light. That's who he is. That's his personal mission. And what our personal mission is our living legacy. This is our living legacy. Our personal mission is the culmination of our impact and our intention. That's our personal mission. And then, of course, we consider as part of this, what is the legacy we want to leave behind when we leave? Maybe you can't necessarily find your personal mission now, but think about, what is the legacy you want to leave behind you? What impact do you want to have made? And consider that. What do you want to be remembered for? And you can start from there, and you can reverse engineer from there into what is your personal mission now. Because whatever it is now is going to get you to the legacy you leave behind. And sometimes it's easier to reverse engineer. The fourth question to ask is, what is my personal brand? You might think, I don't need a personal brand, but it's not for anybody else. It's for you. So we know about branding. We know how marketing companies work. And we know, for instance, that Nike's brand is just do it. Or love is put your best face forward. Or Tony Robbins is live with passion. These are personal brands. I watched an Oprah interview recently, and she was asked what her personal brand was, and it was a question that she hesitated at, and she said, "My personal brand is I'm all about love." And that's her personal brand. So the question is, what is your personal brand? What is the motto that you live by every day? What is your motto that you live by every day? Or look at it this way. If you had to write it on the side of a bus, and there's your photo there, what is your personal brand that you would write on the side of a bus? As I said, Nike is just do it, Dove is put your best face forward, and so forth. You'll notice this more and more now that we've had this discussion about it. You'll start to see branding coming up everywhere, and that may help you with understanding and formulating, remember it's all your choice, your personal brand. And recently I did this exercise and did it and did it and did it and did it and did it. And I've been doing it for some time now, over and over. Each year I come back and I look at it and I tweak it. And I feel that I've probably got my personal brand nailed now. And for me, I am a peaceful warrior. I live with peace in my heart. And at the same time, I have a warrior spirit. And that for me identifies my personal brand throughout my life, in fact, because although I've always aimed for peace and living with a peaceful heart, at the same time, I will always stand and be counted, and that's that warrior spirit. So consider, what is your personal brand? What's going to go on the side of a bus with your photo? And the fifth question to ask yourself is, what is my worldview? Because it's not all about us, it's about how we fit into the world. So what is your worldview? Do you have a connected, conscious worldview where you see your world as a friendly place, where you see your world supporting you, empowering you, lifting you up and inspiring you? Or do you have a disconnected worldview where you see the world as hostile, populated by people who are out to get you? The world's going to hell in a handbasket, a world that is full of fear. Whatever your worldview is absolutely critical to your level of success and your level of resonance, your energetic resonance every day. If you consider the people I mentioned at the beginning of this masterclass, they all possess a very connected, compassionate, generous worldview. If we have a hostile, fear-based worldview, we will attract that into our reality. It's just the way it works. We can't expect success if we are disconnected from our world. So consider what your worldview is. Write down the words that you would use to describe your worldview. Be honest. And if they don't serve you, change them. Change them and begin to resonate at your new worldview, the worldview that will uplift and inspire you and help you serve the greater good for your family, your friends, your colleagues, wherever you are. Your worldview. What is my worldview? And this brings us back to what I said at the beginning, which is align yourself with your dream. We forget our dreams, but our dreams were there in our heart before we were even born. They're the things that have been propelling us forward, that have pushed us and guided us to take this step and this step and this step. But it's our broken habits that actually hold our dreams at arm's reach. So consider, what is your dream? Align yourself with it. And then Sync yourself in with your life, in with a life that matters, because that dream is calling you. It is calling you. It has already manifested. And if it's not currently there in your reality, it's because you're resisting it. And I found that these 5 questions can change the course of your life and will definitely change your resonance, which will in turn change your reality. Because once you start to examine your life and answer these questions, who am I? What do I stand for? What is my personal mission? What is my personal brand? And what is my worldview? Once you dig down into them and you write it out and you get the answers to those questions, you have literally changed your life. And if you look at those questions and answers every day as part of the first thing you do of a morning, the first thing of your daily practice, look at them, sit with them, resonate with them. You are setting a premise for a brand new day, a brand new you, and a brand new life. And the reality will start to come to you, and remind yourself of them. It's so simple. It's just 5 little things. Have them on your phone in your notes. Have them on pieces of paper at your desk. Pop them on a post-it note on your mirror in your bathroom. Clean your teeth, reminding yourself of them. Whatever it takes. Because consider, where do you want to be in the next 1 year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years? Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What do you want to have? What do you want to be doing? Because are you going to get there by being who you currently are? Who we are now is a direct indication of what our reality is going to be in the next few months, in the next few years, and on it goes. So consider all of those questions, because if who you are now, what you're doing now, how you're resonating now, how you're living your life now is not going to get you where you want, is not going to manifest your dreams, then you must dare to be more. You must master your mindset. You must elevate your resonance. Why? Because you are worth it. There's no point sitting back and looking at everybody else and saying, I wish that was me. It is you. You just have to step out. You have to step out into your natural state of being and just be conscious of it all the time, because it's your story. It is your story. So you can write it any way you want. You can live it any way you want. So that's it for me. If you liked this video, you can watch more of my Power Chat masterclasses on Diane 𝗵𝗵 on my YouTube channel.